Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Movesets video. In this video, I'll be discussing everything related to the Dragon-type variation of Silvally. So let's get started by jumping right into the first moveset that I have for you in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to be running a specially offensive Silvally. So we're going to get started by giving it either a timid nature to boost its speed but lower its physical attack, or a naive nature to boost its speed but lower its special defense. As for its EVs, on this set, we're going to put 252 into its special attack to max that out, as well as putting 252 EVs into its speed to max it out also, and then put the remainder 4 EVs into your special defense, and for the item, going with the Dragon Memory for all of these sets, because we're going to be using the Dragon variation of this Pokemon. As for the moves, the first one that we're going to go with on this moveset is going to be Draco Meteor, to be your extremely powerful Dragon-type stab move, that will also simultaneously be lowering your special attack by 2 stages every time you damage your opponent with it. So do keep that in mind, that repeated uses of this move will make your special attack weaker. However, this move in and of itself, and the fact that it is getting stabbed because you are holding the Dragon Memory item, will be incredibly powerful and be able to hurt things for a lot of damage. Along with this, we're going to be running Flamethrower in our second move spot to give us some added coverage, specifically allowing this Pokemon to damage Steel-type Pokemon that are resisting your Draco Meteors. And then we're also, for our third move slot, either going to run Flash Cannon for some additional type coverage, allowing this Pokemon to hit Steel types super effectively that would normally be immune to your Dragon type moves, or potentially running Multi-Attack in this move slot as well to make this more of a mixed variant of Silvally if you're going to go with the naive nature, basically allowing you a powerful physical Dragon type move in combination with Draco Meteor, which can work very well for you if you're going to obviously have your special attack lowered. You can still at least have another powerful physical variant of a Dragon type move to go with. But for your last move slot, we could either run additional type coverage in the form of either Hidden Power Ground or Surf to basically run 4 special attacking moves on this Pokemon and allow it to hit a ton of things for super effective damage. But we can also give this Pokemon some utility in its ability to move in and out of battle and gain some switch initiative on its opponents, possibly even supporting its team as well by running either U-turn or Parting Shot in this last move slot as well. And this is particularly good, especially if you're going to go with one of these two moves, if you're going to be obviously making use of Draco Meteor, because once you obviously get your special attack lowered, you'll have an easier way to switch out of battle, possibly gaining some switch initiative in the process, because you're not going to be doing too much damage with your special attacks after the drop that you get from using this move. As for this next moveset, we're going to be using a more physically oriented Silvally. So we're going to start this one off by giving it either a Jolly Nature to boost its speed but lower its special attack, or a Naive Nature to boost its speed but lower its special defense. As for the EVs, we're going to put 252 EVs into both its physical attack and speed to max both of those out, and then put the remainder 4 EVs into its special defense. For the moves on this set though, the first one that we're going to go with is going to be Multi-Attack, to be our main stab physical Dragon type move when used in combination with the Dragon Memory. Then we're going to run Iron Head as a way to give this Pokemon some additional type coverage, and also a reliable way to hit Fairy type Pokemon that are immune to your Dragon type moves super effectively. It also has a nice chance to flinch your opponent as well, which can come in handy every now and then. For your third option though, we're going to be running either Fire Fang or Flame Charge as a physical Fire type move to make use of, keeping in mind that Fire Fang could potentially burn or flinch your opponents, whereas Flame Charge will boost your speed by 1 stage every time you damage something with it, thus potentially allowing Silvally to boost up its speed and make it a huge threat to have to deal with. For your last move though, we can either run Draco Meteor to have a super powerful special type dragon move to potentially make use of in case you are up against a pretty sturdy physical wall that this could easily break down, or possibly run Swords Dance on this set as well to turn this into a boosting physical attacking set for Silvally to run. It's also cool to think about running Swords Dance with Flame Charge so that you're boosting both your physical attack and your speed, which is about the closest thing that this will have to actually getting access to Dragon Dance on a Dragon set. But for the last move, we could also run U-turn and Parting Shot like in many of these movesets to give this Pokemon some switch initiative and also potentially make it easier for something that switches in to take a hit if you are going with Parting Shot, because it'll be lowering your opponent's physical attack and special attack by 1 stage. As for this last moveset, we're going to be making use of Silvally's Dragon typing in a more defensive way. So we're actually going to run a specially defensive set that includes giving this Pokemon, to start things off, a Careful Nature to boost its special defense but lower its special attack, and then running an EV spread that includes 252 HP and special defense EVs to max both of those out, and then putting the remainder 4 EVs into your speed. As to the moves on this set, we're going to run either Thunder Wave or Toxic in the first move slot to give this Pokemon some status utility in either paralyzing its opponents, that will also potentially force them to not attack for a turn if they do get fully paralyzed, or Toxic as a way to cripple walls that are going to be wanting to last for a long time, and pretty much put anything on a clock until it actually just faints as a result of racking up so much toxic damage. But for your other attacks, we're going to run Multi-Attack to be your main stab dragon type move like in all the previous physical sets, and then running either Iron Head or Fire Fang as an additional coverage option depending upon what you want this Pokemon to be able to hit super effectively, whether it be fairies specifically when going with Iron Head, or possibly going with Fire Fang to allow this Pokemon an easier time to deal with steel types. It's also important to note that both of these moves have a chance to flinch, which can work very well in combination with Thunder Wave to get some kind of para-flinching going on, or work in combination with Toxic to potentially flinch something so that it doesn't even attack for a turn, and then more toxic damage racks up without your opponent actually doing anything. And then for the last move, again running either U-Turn or Parting Shot to give this Pokemon some added utility in scouting its opponent's moves, and also potentially lowering their stats to allow something else an easier time versus whatever your opponent has on the field. Now there is another variation of the same moveset if you want to go the special route. So for the nature this time, we're actually going to be making use of a Calm Nature, which is going to increase your special defense but lower your physical attack, and then making use of the moves Draco Meteor and or Flash Cannon and Flamethrower in that third move slot to just change this move set up to be more specially oriented. But anyways everybody, that is it for this video on the Dragon type Silvally, so I hope you all enjoyed. This variation I think is probably one of the most unique of all the different types because of what this Pokemon has access to in its move pool that can support its Dragon typing very well. But as always everybody, if you're looking at this end screen right now, feel free to click on another annotated link above any of the types you see listed here to be sent over to that specific video for Silvally. But as always everybody, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.